Good morning, sir. So this is Challuri Sheshadri from the CSA AML department. So as a part of a AAT video, so I have selected one of the topic that is file version control system, which is VCS. So before going to know the depth about the VCS, which is file version control system, we should know about the introduction about it. So it is a foundational software tool. So it is a VCS nothing but it is a tool. So in modern development that act as a meticulous record keeper for every file. So it will acts as a meticulous record keeper for every file and a code change within the project. So this VCS file within change the within the project. So it is a fundamental allows users, which is typically programmers like writers and designers, which may to change the and manage and track modifications over time. So we should know what is the version control. So version control it is nothing but so it is a software tool that records changes to a file or a set of files over time. So it is a changes to a file or set of files over time. So it will thinks of it is a time machine for your project. So it allows you to revert the files to a previous state instantly. So it will track so who modified something, so what they modified and when. So this version controls which tracks who modified and what they modified and when they modified. So it will store the information in the version control. So next one, why do we use why do we use this VCS and why do we need it of VCS? This is what version control system. Here you can see that without VCS and with VCS, what will happen? You can see that in for example. So without VCS, if you take without VCS, the manual method. So it is a manual method without using VCS. If we save any file like final.zip or maybe final-v2.zip or maybe final real.zip, if we store the file like this, here we can get the result that it is very risky and messy and error prone. We can get the many errors by storing like these files. So it is hard to collaborate without overwriting your work. So what happened when we use with VCS? So by using VCS, it is an organizer method. We can organize like this. We can have correct structure about it, like saving a clear history like v1.0 init gives v1.1 which bug fix and which gives to v2 dot and it will give release. So what happened when we can use like this VCS? So it will have the clean history and the safe experimentation will have and seamless teamwork. So it will reduce the teamwork by using the VCS. So this is about why we should use VCS and why we should not use VCS. Here you can see the core concepts of VCS. Here the three main things that having in the VCS is recipe a repository and commit and the branch. So one is the repository and commit and the branch. So we should discuss about what is the meaning of repository, commit and branch. So repository is nothing but it is a database which store all your files and that the history of their changes. So it is a database which stores all the files and the history of the changes. What they happen in the history will if we change anything, so that all will stores in a file. So that is about the repository. So what is mean by commit? So commit is nothing but it is a snapshot of your file at a specific point in time, like save point in game. So commit is nothing but it is a snapshot which your file is specific point in a time which like a save point in a game. So coming to the branch, so branch is nothing but it is a parallel version of a repository. So repository is a database storing of files in the history changes. So this will be branches which is a parallel to repository, which works on features without affecting the main code. So without doing any disturbance of the main code, it will work as a parallelly with this repository, which is the repository and branch, which is both are the same. But we here we can discuss like this. Next one, next slide, we can discuss about the what is mean by branching and what is mean by merging. So before we are knowing the depth information, we should also know what is mean by branching and what is mean by merging. So branching is nothing but it allows a teams to diverge from the main line of a development. You can have an experimentally safely in isolation. So what is mean by merging? So merging, so it is a process of taking changes from one branch to another branch, like like a completed features. So it will having the all combining them back into the main project. So that is mean by merging. So this workflow prevents bugs in new code from breaking a stable version. So by using of these all one, so we need to that code reusability. We can use the code reusability. We can fix the bugs at a time, and it will prevent all bugs at a workflow. So that is about the using of branching and the merging. So both are which are not similar to each other. So each branching and each merging has a different types of methods and different types of information which we will store. So next, coming to the version controls. So the version control systems, it will having the two types of version control systems. The first one is about centralized version control system, and second one is the distributed version control system. So we need to know the difference between these both one. So first one, centralized version control system. So it is a single server which contains all the files which clients check out files from one place. So it is the server goes down which nobody can will change. So for example, you can that see that SVN. So coming to distributed version control. So every user has a full backup of the repository on the machine. You can have the offline. It is a much safer and the faster. So that is mean that is known about the distributed version control system. So these are the two different types of version control system. What is centralized and distributed? These both are completely different. So next one coming to that, what are the benefits for the developers? Here we can see that there is the three types of benefits in the developers. First one is the collaboration, second one is the transferability, and the third one is the safety. So third one, safety is much more important, both of these. Here collaboration, so it is a multiple people can work on the same class or same module with simultaneously without conflict. That is about the collaboration, and which is traceability. So it is a class breaks which VCS tells you exactly which line changed and who changed it. So that is about the traceability. And coming to the safety, so it will try refactoring code on a new branch. So if it fails, it just delete the branch. So no have done. So this is about the three types of the developers and benefits by using the VCS. So we should know about this all of this. So lastly, I conclude that the conclusion about the version control system is about these one version control system are essential for the modern technology and the modern software development, which helps for the everything that we use in the code. So they ensure code safety. So it will enable the teamwork and it will increase the teamwork and and it will provide a clean history, the project evaluation for the mastering VCS. So VCS is important of mastering coding itself. So this is about the version file of version control system in the oops. So thank you, and